Awesome legend. How are you, Chris? It's good to have you here.
Good,
Doing
good.
another 30 minutes of power and people in this business and what it's been able to create for them and just getting a bit of feedback on sort of, what this business has done for their lives and how their lives have changed. So big welcome to Chris Swaddle, the absolute legend. We absolutely love you, mate.
You.
Um, you're a gem and you're working hard in the background and every day you're leveling up your life and we're super proud to have you on our team, mate. So
Thank you.
what
Thank you.
yeah, so how's your day been, mate? All right.
Good. Yeah, been out for my morning walk in the sun. Got to drop the kids to school, which I love doing. Yeah, it's a great part of my day that I get to take them to school and have those little chats in the car, and yeah, then out for a walk in the sun along the beach. Can't
Amazing.
complain.
How good's life? How good's life?
Yeah.
So give us a bit of background on you. So what do you do? Where did you come from? Where do you live? And yeah, what do you do for work? And drop your brand name in there as well, man.
Yeah, so I live in a town called Tweed Heads, which is on the New South Wales border, New South Wales side of the border of the Gold Coast. So I always say I'm on the good side of the border, not on the bad side of the border. So I grew up here, but then spent some time away, overseas, lived in England for a while, went away for uni, things like that, met my wife in England, and then moved back here to settle down and raise a family. So we're doing that now. I've got two teenage kids. My daughter actually turned 16 yesterday and got her L's. So yeah, that's a bit scary. I'm taking her this afternoon to get her license, so that will be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, come back here after being away for a while. You obviously love the area. I was a teacher by trade. That's what I did at uni. So I taught for a long time, or pretty long time. But in the last couple of years, I moved away from teaching and I've been working in disability care. So yeah, I've been loving that. It's rewarding. Really enjoy it. Obviously still helping people like I was as a teacher. And then last year, so less than 12 months ago, what is it, about 8 months ago, 9 months ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stumbled across you guys
Yeah.
on social media after trying a few other things myself. And yeah, never looked back, clicked on the ad, and here we are today.
Amazing, mate. Amazing. And what, so you're, and what's your brand? What's your brand, by the way?
So on Instagram, I call myself creating time for life. So that's what it's all about for me. Is this business was all about what can I do so that I can create extra time for myself and my family to actually enjoy life. So yeah, that's what it's all about. But I might be in some rebranding soon. I'm actually doing some sessions with Bobby, who you know.
Yeah.
He's overseas and he does numerology.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing some sessions with him at the moment and just looking at how my brand aligns with who I am and what I'm hoping to achieve and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe some new things coming soon, possibly.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, numerology is the best. I never knew nothing about this when I first started, but Bobby's an absolute legend. Shout out to Bobby. He's helped
Yeah.
us with a lot of things, realigning names with, frequencies and stuff like that. He's just all over it, this guy. He's been doing it for 10 years, I think. He's an
Yeah,
absolute,
I had my first session with him last week, and I've never spoken to him before. I just answered on a form, answered a couple of questions, a few questions about my birth date and my name and all this sort of stuff, where I was born. And in our first session, he was like, you're this sort of person, you're a teacher, you lead people, and my mind was blown. I was like, how the hell does this guy, like, all these things he sort of aligned, which he found from my alignment about me. I was like, oh my God, how does he know this stuff? So yeah, I'm super pumped. I've got my second session today with him. So super
amazing.
pumped for my second session. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, he's just a champion dude as well. And I love numerology now and all this stuff that we learn in this business to be able to create the best life for ourselves. It's secrets that, the wealthy and the successful people know that we're tapping into this stuff. And it's just a good life.
No, I
Awesome.
would have 12 months ago, if you'd have said to me about doing a numerology session, I would have said, oh, whatever, that stuff's crazy. Like, who, as if someone can know about me from my numbers and my letters and things like that. But yeah, I'm a definite believer now, 100%.
I was exactly the same, mate. Being a tradie myself, I was just like, yeah, what is this stuff? But mate,
Yeah.
now I can't live without it. Life is bloody good. It is life is what you think it is,
Mm.
thinking of down the path of, life is bloody good. Every morning I wake up, life just gets better and better. When you whinge and complain about shit, guess what you attract into your life? It's more
Yeah.
shit. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
awesome, man. So awesome. So prior to starting this business in the online space with this particular business that we've got, what was sort of your line in the sand moment? What made you, say I need to do something different?
I guess when I came out of teaching, I was just I was all I've always been a hard worker ethically. That's what I was like. I always try and do the best I can all the time. And as a teacher, it was always like, what can I do for the kids,
Yeah,
to be the best teacher and get the best out of them. And it's obviously quite a stressful job. So when I came out of it, I sort of didn't want to go back to anything, not just teaching, but back to anything where I was continuing to work my ass off and not have sort of support from above or gratitude for the things I was doing or yeah, just I guess it's that whole working for someone else.
yeah,
I mean, I still obviously do work now, in NDIS for someone else. But the plan is I just I want my efforts to be a reflection.
yeah.
I can't think of the words now, but yeah, I want my efforts to be for me, not for everyone else. I guess, yeah,
100%.
and I think this business still allows us to lead people.
Yeah.
I still always will be a teacher and a leader. I'm a sports coach as well, so it's within me. But I know that while leading people, I'm still working to build my business for me and my family, and I don't have to sort of do it for someone else above me. I guess that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Look, it's very important to. I was the same, mate. I was working in a job and I was making a company a lot of bloody money. And I always used to say to myself, why am I doing this for them? Why am I making them a shit ton of money? I could be doing this for myself, right? And that was the big turning point for me where I was just like, nah, this is crazy. There's too many people making a lot of money. We've just got to find the right thing and the right vehicle. And like you said before, it was like we've started like a lot of businesses prior to this, Amazon, drop shipping, e-commerce, we tried
Yeah.
them all, but we just didn't have the support. And then we've come across this business at the right time after a massive gap of trying those other ones. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's see what this is all about now. And when we found this, it was a no-brainer for us. We were like all in, and thank God we did because bloody hell, man, life is
Well, I
so.
was a bit the same. Excuse me, I was talking to someone this morning on a trial call about exactly the same thing that I had a bit of a go at the drop shipping and the Shopify stuff and the Amazon affiliate, and was looking into all these things to try and find something where I could build something of my own. But there was there wasn't the support. Like, it's trying to go and Google things to work out how to do things. And whereas this, when once I connected with you guys and jumped into this space, you're not doing this on your own. You're doing it with, like, I even look at our wider team. I'm not just doing it with you guys as my mentors. I've got the support of so many people there that if anyone ever needs anything to build their business, there's always people there to help. So yeah,
Percent. And everyone's good at different things, right? And we all just help each other and build around.
yeah,
Um,
that's right. Yeah,
at the end of the day, we all want to become successful, and that's a massive thing. I think the biggest thing you said there was support. You don't get that in those other businesses, whereas here you get so much bloody support. You just, yeah, it's
yeah,
overwhelming sometimes. You're like, oh, I just need time on my own
yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
things. But it's just an amazing bit thing. Yeah, so support is massive here. Awesome,
yeah.
mate. So, okay, cool. So, what was your biggest fear when you started with the online business?
Money was a big thing. I've always had this fear around money, I guess. Most of my family and friends would call me a tight ass.
Yeah.
I was never one who liked to spend my money. I was always worried about my future and whether we were going to have enough money and things like that. So money was a big thing for me. So I had to change my mindset around that, once I started my business. But also, and I've said this in the last few days in a reel, that it was that fear of what people think of me. So putting myself out there in this business and saying, this is what I'm doing, and and this is what I'm going to make of it. And, having those people worrying about what those people are saying about, it's just another one of these things and it's a scam. And like we always say, but, being able to say to people, this is real and I'm doing it and this is my future.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the biggest thing was is that money fear and that taking myself out of my comfort zone as far as what people think of me. Yeah.
100%. And that's a massive one. Like, we all get taught in the system to think small, don't dream. Money is the root of all evil. Money is this and that. But the wealthy and the successful have a secret, right? And this is what we teach you in the foundations of this business. Because if you don't have them foundations right, the person that got you from where you started to where you are today isn't the multi-million-dollar version of yourself. So we
Yeah.
have to teach you how to set those foundations and think how successful people and wealthy people think, right? So we teach you how to do that and change that money mindset. Money is amazing. I love money, and I love circulating money and things like that. So
Mm.
really important to, every dollar I spend comes back to me tenfold. When you say these things and
Mm.
speak them into existence, it's a massive thing. People are changing their money mindsets and their lives are
Yeah.
totally turning around. And you
Well,
know,
and as a teacher, I was always paid really well. Like we say, teachers are on a pretty good wicket. I will say that,
yeah,
good holidays and good pay. So it was never like we didn't have money,
yeah,
but I still had this, um, well, it's called, our blueprint, our money blueprint, which I got from that Rich Dad Poor Dad, reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, is that's what's come from my family. And I never wanted for anything as a kid. Like, it was never that we missed out on anything, but we did. My parents didn't have that much money when I was younger.
yeah,
So that was the way I grew up. So then come to now when I had money, I still had that mindset, was like, I have to put all my money away
yeah.
and just live on the basics because that's what life is. So yeah, that was a big shift for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's same with that. It's so 19th and 20th century that we're still learning and teaching our kids these days, like, well, some people are. We obviously aren't, because we know the difference and we know, how it's helping a lot of people. But so 19th and 20th century stuff, we need to change, mate. It's a digital
Yeah.
era. We're not living in freaking lack and scarcity and fear anymore. Like, we're not going through a depression. Like, literally, we have the digital space, and there's more millionaires being created every single day in the online world. So you
Yeah.
want to either be a part of that, or you just going to keep living in the 19th, 20th century.
I saw a quote this morning on someone's reel, and he said, "The rich continue to get richer while the poor think everything's a scam."
100%.
And that really hit me. It's like, that's what it is. People who don't have much money see everything as people are trying to steal their money all the time, instead of what opportunity can I find to put my money in a really good place
Yep.
to make my money work for me. So yeah, it's definitely a mindset thing, 100%.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, the world's changing. Got to get with the times. You got to get with the times.
Mm.
Be positive about money, not negative, because it'll just bring you more shit. So, yeah, awesome, man. So, biggest fear. So, yeah, so we went over support, actually. So we talked a bit about support and how much support's you. So that was one of my questions. What's the we've probably gone over this one as well, but I'll just hear it a nice, straight answer. What is the best life lesson that you've learned since joining this opportunity, and how has it changed your life? We just went over it all.
Oh God, yeah. Biggest life lesson. I don't know. There's too many little ones that have all added up to big ones. I
Yeah,
guess maybe just that like a big thing for me is a big word for me is believe.
yeah,
I guess now a big life lesson I've learned is that if I believe in something and see that it will happen, then I know that it's going to happen. I read all these books about, visualization and attraction and all these things, but I think it's just boils down to, if you honestly believe that you will get to something, then it will happen,
Yeah.
because you will start to take the steps that get you to that point.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, like that makes so much sense to me. Like, and it does these days more than it did back, but it's the old thing, right? If you wanted a new car, right?
Mm,
You're gonna picture it, you're gonna say, yes, I'm getting this car, and you'll do whatever it takes to get that bloody car, right?
mm. Yeah,
So there's some that are a bit out of reach for people, but if you want it bad enough, how bad are you gonna
yeah,
go for it? It's
yeah,
like us with our car and our van, we were like, we're going to get an awesome car and we're going to get a brand new van, and we did it, right? We picked the thing up next week. So it's when you put your mind to something, you'll get it. And belief, man, 100% belief is
yeah.
believing more
Yeah,
than.
and those things the steps start to fall into place to get you to where you want to go, because you start looking for them more, because you know where you want to be in the end,
Yeah,
because you believe where you want to be. So you start to put things in place to get there.
yeah,
And I guess probably in the past, I was always maybe guilty of just going through the motions with my life rather than having big goals. It was always just, get through to the next holiday, or, make sure, I've got the house I want, and cars and all those things, but there was never any bigger goal, really. It was just, as long as I've got time with my family and my kids, and got my money in the bank, then that's all good. But now I believe that I can have more than that now.
100%. And it's the back to the old saying, like, the system wants to keep you living day to day and not to
Mm,
dream, you know what I mean? Not to believe. And this is what we're teaching here, is teaching people how to freaking believe in themselves again, how to
mm,
dream again, right? And it's super powerful, right? And talking about
yeah,
the RAS system, the RAS, the reticular activating system, right? You think about that Mustang. I want to buy a Mustang or whatever. I'm just using it for an example, but you think about that. We've done it all the time, and then all of a sudden you see 20 bloody Mustangs, on
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
where the fuck did all these guys come from?
yeah,
Just dropped off a container ship of bloody Mustangs, right
yeah,
here,
yeah.
and
I was
that's
thinking of, I was thinking about that the other day, because you're thinking about, oh, who can you sort of sell to, who can, with just the products itself, say, who can I sell to, what sort of people are after these products. And then I'll be driving down the road, and a car will come past me with a company name on the side, and I'll look at the company name and go, oh, I could sell to them. And then another car will come past, oh yeah, I could sell to them as well. And so your brain is picking these things to make you see the steps you can take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your reticular activating system. And if you don't know about it, look it up, because it is an amazing thing. And it's kind of like, in short terms, it's like whatever you focus on, you will see. And this is, we focus on making a lot of money and helping a lot of people. So what do we see? We start seeing those people come. That's your reticular activating system, which
Yeah.
is super bloody powerful. So yeah, the mind and energy and all this stuff that I didn't know about years ago makes so much bloody sense these days. I'm like,
Does it does.
we create our realities, we really bloody do. Stop thinking in fear and lack, and
Mm,
what we get taught from a young age in the system, and start to think and dream again, and believe in yourself, and believe that you were put on this earth for a reason, right? Because what is it, 1 in 60 billion or something like that chances that you are put on this earth. And
mm,
having this experience, we are just energy having a human experience, and we need to be
yeah.
bloody, we need to experience life, right? So whatever that takes, whatever risks and things you need to do in life, to go for it, mate. You see a
Yeah.
dream, go for
Yeah.
it, because you're only here
Mm,
for a short time, and you need to live it out as long as you can, because once you're gone, you just go back into energy, man, and you just live in this beautiful world. But we're put
yeah.
here to have an amazing experience on earth as a human
Mm,
being, feel pain and feel fear and feel all these feelings. So yeah, I think, make the most out of your life while you're here. Um,
absolutely.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Um, so what has been your biggest achievement in this business?
Whoa. Well, I've obviously like I got a bit of success, obviously got a bit of success, sold businesses, sold products, signed people up, things like that. So that to me, that's an amazing achievement to start off with. But I think probably the biggest achievement for me is in that shift in my mindset. I sort of came into this business um, with a bit of anxiety and depression. I suffered a bit with anxiety and depression, and some pretty negative thoughts around myself and where I was and things like that. Um, so coming into the business and doing all that mindset training was a big, massive life shift for me. And I know you can talk to my wife and she will tell you in those first couple of months the change that I had, in the way I saw things and the way I felt and the way I talked was yeah, a massive change. Sometimes I annoy her with how positive I can be sometimes because she runs around sometimes and I'm just like, you need to stop. You
Yeah,
need to think about the things you're grateful for.
yeah,
Think about what positive things are coming today, and she'll just turn around and say, "Will you just shut up and leave me alone? You don't have to be positive all the time." So,
yeah,
yeah, that's the biggest achievement for me is just, I guess, a total change in my attitude to my life and the way I feel about things. Yeah, and
yeah,
then that flowed into my, the business side of things.
yeah,
But I wouldn't have got that without connecting with you guys and the business and online empires. I got all that because of this thing.
yeah.
What do I call it? This group, this team,
Community.
this opportunity, this family, like this
Yeah,
community. I wouldn't have had that change without that. So that's
yeah.
been the biggest achievement, I think. Yeah.
And it's the best way to live, you know. It is like since finding this, I was dragging my ass around, always complaining. I wasn't living my best life. I was living a really shit life. I had more things that come to me because I was thinking negatively all the time, and that's all we got taught. That's all we knew, right? And this is what we're doing is we're breaking people free from that and really getting their lives back. Like, how good's life for you now that you know this shit? You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
every day you wake up grateful. You wake up and go for a walk on the beach. You do your morning routines,
Mm.
man, you do a bit of exercise, whatever, go for a swim, you feel good. You look at the light instead of the dark, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful bloody life. As well as monetary, you've probably done in what, you've been with us for about 8 months. You sort of obviously it took you a few months to sort of get off the mark and things like that, but
Yeah.
sort of let's just say the last sort of 6 months you've probably made about, I'm just sort of rattling this off the top of my head now, you've probably made about 50,000 to 60,000 dollars in sales volume. You've sold in products, 50, so yeah, sort of 50K. Like, mate, it's we do high ticket, we move things like, and that's only looking
Yeah.
for more for you. For us personally, I looked at our sales report the other day, and we've been in this business for 3 years. Obviously, it took us, a couple of months to get off the market as well. It's nearly 3 years in September, and we've done over $1 million in sales volume,
Yeah.
right? In
Yeah.
Australian dollars, over $1 million worth of products we've sold. And
Mm.
the company pays out 57% in commissions of that. So,
Yeah.
we haven't taken it all, but all the 57%, but that goes
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
to 8 people.
Other people. Yeah. Yeah.
We've been taking 8 points for quite a while now, so we have made quite a bit of money in this, and it's crazy, man. It just keeps getting better and better and leveling up, and mate, just things just
Yeah,
keep.
well, in this short amount of time, I've been able to cover my investment.
Yep,
Like, how many people could say they can start a business,
yep,
invest money into a business, and in less than 12 months cover their business cost? Like, not many people can say that. So that has allowed me now with my mindset change, it has allowed me now to keep reinvesting
yep,
and, doing extra courses or investing in my advertising. It's allowed me to do that because the money that I've had come in has covered my investment. So yeah, that's to me that it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And you,
Like we've talked. Sorry, I was just going to say
oh,
we've talked before about when you guys looked into the bike shop business. Like, how many people can say that some people invest $100,000 into a business?
yeah.
How many people can say they would make their $100,000 back in less than 12 months? Like, I don't think anyone would be able to say that.
100%. And I ran over these figures the other day with Amy, and look, we were going to start that mountain bike business. That was going to cost us 200 grand to $250,000 just to start, right?
Yeah,
Just to buy the shop and all the equipment and get it up and running, right? We would have had to finance that, obviously, right? So,
yeah,
when you put the numbers together, it's like we wouldn't have made a profit back on that 250 grand for probably 2 or 3 years down the track, right?
yeah,
So we would
or,
have
yeah, or longer, or
yeah,
longer. Yeah,
and we would have been trading all of our time for money, doing probably 7 days a week working
yeah,
in a shop, because you got to work on the weekends and stuff to make sales, and doing the long hours as well, like probably 8 to 10 hours a day, right? Because
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, and
So
even
you would have been in no better a position
no,
and have spent 250 grand. It's
exactly.
like, yeah,
It would have been a nightmare. And they say the hardest parts of starting your own business are the first couple of years. Well, a brick and mortar business anyway, starting an online business, you
yeah,
invest bugger all compared to 250 grand
yeah,
to get started. You can start an online business from 10 to 15 grand, and you can make that back as quick as you want, like as quick as you go at it. We made our investment back in starting this business in 4.5 months, and
yeah,
it's all been profit since for the last 2.5 years. So
yeah,
it's crazy. It was a no-brainer for us, and
yeah,
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 people that
absolutely.
people that are even starting coffee vans, they cost 100 grand just to get started,
Yeah,
let alone cafes and stuff like that. But 100 grand, how many coffees do you have to bloody sell to make your 100 grand back?
make 100 grand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
would be making a profit on that for a while as well.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah,
no brainer to jump into an online business for 5 figures, not 6 figures. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And the lower end of the 5 figures as well, and
yeah.
start an amazing business that you're changing people's lives. You're learning how successful people think. Like even just what you're saying today has been a massive shift from when I first met you to where you are today, and
Oh,
just
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
how you think, and I'm just like, whoa, man, like you're reading the books, you're doing the work, right? And
And it's not, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm not perfect every day. I'm not Mr. 100% every day, but I now have the tools that if I have a bad day or I feel a bit flat or things go against me, I have the tools now to be able to get through those moments or through those days and then shift the next day to start a new day and lift again. Like, yeah, it's not trying to say that, wow, look at us, we are positive 100% of the time. It's just now we have the tools there.
yeah,
We've learnt the tools to be able to deal with those moments. Yeah.
100%. At the end of the day, we still have down days as well, but it's how we
Mm.
deal with them and how we pull
Yeah.
out the other side that makes life so much better, right? Because a negative thought can't live in a positive mindset, right? So the more that
Yeah.
you're positive, the more, and I was having this conversation with my mum bloody yesterday, and I'm just like, she's got a bad tooth, and she's like worried about getting it out. And I'm just like, you're just here having a human experience. Just experience it and go through it. Who cares? You know what I
It'll
mean?
be finished soon. Yeah. It'll be
Like,
over very soon. Yeah.
think of the positives of it. What, like, instead of
Mm.
thinking, oh, it's going to hurt and they're going to put needles in my mouth and stuff like that, think about how good it's going to feel when you get that thing out, right? How
Afterwards.
amazing
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to be. You'll be able to chew your food again, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's
Without it pain.
yeah, it's simple things that, people just changing their mindset, and we've seen it over and over again in this business. Like, Chris King, a big thing for him that he changed and he shifted in the past few months was his mindset. And
Mhm.
changing that mindset and thinking positively has turned himself around to doing, $70,000 months, like in this
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Right. And it was one simple thing that, you either choose this path and the negative, or think fucking shit about everything, or think down this path where it's like, no, but life is fucking good. I woke up breathing this morning, and, look at the positives of life, which is bloody amazing. So, Yeah, man, big thing, mindset, and what we learn here is huge. And yeah, man, we're just super proud of how far you've come and what you're doing, and how you're changing many people's lives as well in the process, and getting them financially free and time free, and that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah,
Living our experience on this earth the way we should be living it, not working for the people up the top, and
yeah,
you
yeah,
know them keeping everyone poor and broke, and that's why they're so freaking rich and wealthy and living their
yeah.
best lives. Awesome, mate. So I guess, um, okay, okay? I'll go into. Have you made the right decision by diving all in on this opportunity?
That's a no-brainer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's again, it's that seeing the end. It's that knowing that, well, there is no end, it will just keep going, but it's seeing that where I'm going to be and knowing and believing I'm going to get there. So I know 100% that this has been the right decision for me because I see the end game from people like yourselves and Brody and however many others who have come from that starting point and have got there. So yeah, if you couldn't see the end, then you would probably struggle with the decision a bit more.
Yeah.
But when we can show people the end point or what's down there, what's down that path, then that makes a big difference to know that you're making the right decision. Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Like, it's just normal people, everyday people, man. Some people have
Mm,
struggled harder than others, but some people have just haven't known about the secret, the secret in
yeah.
life that the wealthy and the successful people know. And
Mm,
it's the stuff that we get taught, and you know, to break free from that and like just know what we were put on this earth for, and what your future holds for you if you just put your mindset in the right place. I say all the time, change your mindset, change your life.
mm.
It totally does, and change your water, change your bloody life as well, mate.
I was thinking about it the other day. It's like if I wanted to improve my golf game, this is a bit of a weird analogy, but go with it. If I
Yep.
wanted to improve my golf game and someone said, well, if you pay this much money, Tiger Woods will show you how to improve your swing and your putting and your chipping and whatever. How you don't know how you're going to get to be as good as Tiger Woods. You just know that if I invest money in Tiger Woods showing me how to do it, eventually I'll be Tiger Woods.
Yep.
Like, why can't I be Tiger Woods if I've got Tiger Woods showing me how to do it? So what I need to do is invest my money and invest in myself and take that chance on Tiger Woods showing me how to play golf and go through the steps to the point where eventually I'll be as good as Tiger Woods at golf. That to me is how it works.
100%, 100%. And you put in the time and the effort as well that Tiger Woods puts in on perfecting that swing.
Yeah.
Like it's all just.
He'll show you the steps,
Yeah.
but know that the end is there, that the
Yeah.
end is in sight.
Yeah.
You've just got to follow the steps
Yeah.
and you will get there as well. But
Yeah.
it's that simple.
Yeah.
And people would say, "Oh, I don't know. Should I spend the money on being like Tiger Woods? I'm not sure. I'll just sit on the fence for a bit and see what happens. There's another option out here that's a bit cheaper, but he's placed at number 100 in golf in the world. So maybe I'll just go the cheaper option and learn from the 100th player rather than the number one player type of thing." Like, yeah,
and learning how to play really well like Tiger Woods to make a lot of money. It's like you get what you pay for, right?
that's
It's
right. Yeah,
it's crazy.
return
And
on investment.
totally get that, man. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, right? Knowing that that the end is there. Yeah, it's you start with that one step, man, and just keep
Yeah.
moving forward. But awesome, man. It's been amazing to chat to you as always. you keep crushing business, crushing life. Your family's benefiting from this as well because of your mindset and what you're teaching them. I love it. And that's what I love about this business is that we're changing families' lives, not just one person at a time. It's like whole families, and people are just realizing that, hey, I can create my reality if I just take a risk. And fucking life is put here for us to take risks, right? If you don't take risk, expect the same shit, right? Expect the same
Yeah,
life
that's right.
had. But take a risk, step out of your comfort zone, make something of yourself. Because the biggest thing for me was, I don't even remember. I think I had this conversation with you a couple of weeks ago. I don't even remember my great grandparents' name. Like, I don't even know what their
Mm.
names are, right? And that's where Amy and I sort of thought, we're like, what is our why? What do we want to do? And we want our picture hanging up in a mansion on the staircase with, Keith and Amy. You totally changed our
Yeah,
family's lives. Like, we
yeah,
want to be remembered for generations and generations, not just someone in the dirt in, a generation or two from now. Like,
yeah,
so living, you've got to leave this earth better than what you found it, right? And that's what we've got to implement into people. Otherwise, it's just going to shit, right? And
yeah,
our kids and our grandkids and stuff like that aren't going to live in a world of beauty of what we have now, where it's still very raw and things like that. So
yeah,
I'm all for making the world a better place, and you are too. Since joining this business, this is what we do, and when you really find out about what this is all about, it's the best decision you've ever made in your life. I couldn't live without it anymore. I love where I am right now. I love that I found this opportunity and I'm able to help you change your family's lives, and now you're helping other people change their lives.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
what a beautiful thing.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it's good. Like, yeah, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now. It's, yeah, I see my path. I know my path, and I see the end point. I believe in the end point, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get there. Yeah.
100%. Awesome, mate. It's been a pleasure. You are an absolute legend. Keep crushing it, man. Keep changing people's
Thank-
lives. Keep making yourself and your family a lot of bloody money. And let's go on those holidays, Japan next year, man. We've got big goals, right?
Oh, I've got plenty of holidays ready to go next year. Oh, yeah. Multiple. It's all going to be 2025 is going to be the year of the holiday. Trust me.
100%. I'm with you, man. All the way. We'll be traveling around the country full time in our van, but we can leave our van at people's houses
Yeah.
and bloody
Park it up. Yeah.
and go for it. So yeah, super
Yeah.
excited about the future. Super excited about the team Triple Eight. And if you are watching this and you want a better life, you want to create the life that you deserve, and stop sitting on the fence and stop whinging and complaining about things. Do something. Reach out to one of us. Chris is an amazing coach, mentor, teacher. He knows his shit. So reach out and let's make this thing work. Let's make the world a better place, and let's all live bloody happy together. Go doing holidays to Thailand, Bali, fucking Japan, wherever we want to bloody go, and
Yeah.
live our best bloody lives. So thanks again, Chris. Really appreciate it, mate. Have an amazing day, and can't wait to catch up with you when we head up north and spend a bit of time on the
Head
tweet.
off. Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome, legend. We'll chat soon.
Cheers, mate. Talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Bye.